Your personal finances? Let GIL Accountancy Services take the stress away. As trusted chartered accountants and business advisors, we help you stay compliant, save tax, and grow with confidence. Whether you're self-employed, a landlord, run a limited company, or a charity, our tailored solutions are built for you. Claim your free initial consultation today. Call 07961 248 834 or email dan@gilaccountants.com. GIL Accountancy Services, your partners in success.
Running a business or managing your personal finances? Let GIL Accountancy Services take the stress away. As trusted chartered accountants and business advisors, we help you stay compliant, save tax, and grow with confidence. Whether you're self-employed, a landlord, run a limited company, or a charity, our tailored solutions are built for you. Claim your free initial consultation today. Call 07961 248 834 or email dan@gilaccountants.com. GIL Accountancy Services, your partners in success.
If you're not using AI properly in 2026, you're already behind time to catch up. I'm teaching a beginner-friendly session on how to use AI in a practical, everyday way. No tech jargon here, just real results. Join me on the 21st of May at 7 p.m. See you there.
It's so delicious. Like when you eat it, we got greens, meat, fish, everything is in there.
And the tilapia fish, it tastes amazing. Softness, moist, and definitely the taste.
The seasoning from Africa. The food is just like back home from back home. Tastes very good.
I bring the Ghana to England. Yeah, can have what do you call the ampesi, fufu, chosavi, banku, wache, dollar, Ghana dollar. Oh my God, Ama dollar. Name the food when you come to Ama to eat. Ama is not do it for you.
When you come to Amersfoort, you get the best chosavi in the whole United Kingdom. London. Yes.
Welcome to African Hill Resort, the perfect location for your honeymoon, conferences, breakfast meetings, and weekend getaways. Other facilities available include spa, rooftop bar, restaurant, indoor bar, swimming pool, lawn for parties, and outside catering. There is free Wi-Fi connectivity for you to stay in touch with your family, business associates, and the whole world. African Hill Resort is located on Iveta Hills with a panoramic view of whole township. For inquiries or reservations, call 0208 267 501 or 0209 135 196 or 0362 290.
Do you or anyone you know suffer with oxidative stress? Oxidative stress is a condition where your body produces too many free radicals, which can damage cells and lead to health problems. Diseases caused by oxidative stress include heart disease, blood disorder, diabetes, arthritis, stroke, chronic fatigue, neurodegenerative disease, premature aging, autoimmune disorders, etc. Health is real wealth. Move, nourish, thrive. Need help? Call me for more information on +4 4 7 4 2 4 4 8 9 5 7 8.
Running a business or managing your personal finances? Let GIL Accountancy Services take the stress away. As trusted chartered accountants and business advisors, we help you stay compliant, save tax, and grow with confidence. Whether you're self-employed, a landlord, run a limited company, or a charity, Our tailored solutions are built for you. Claim your free initial consultation today. Call 07961 248 834 or email dan@gillaccountants.com. GIL Accountancy Services, your partners in success.
I am recording from the beautiful country of Ghana. I'm staying at the Oceanic Resort here in Accra, Ghana, where I am topping up my vitamin D and feeling so energized and vibrant. As you can see, the lovely sea behind me and the sand. I've also brought my products with me, which also helps to energize me. I brought my P84, my Fighter Power X, and the new kid on the block, my Protandem. If you would like to hear more or learn more about these wonderful products that I'm taking, you can either inbox me or click on the link below. Thank you for listening. My health is definitely my wealth. Thank you.
You're on your way to Ghana. Boy, oh boy, you're stressed out, tired. God, you're going to be resting. Okay, then let me recommend to you JN Mobile Spa in Accra, Ghana. Oh boy, JN Mobile Spa, they provide organic care in massage. Are you stressed? Do you need rejuvenated, etc.? For your facials, maybe exfoliating, firming, and lifting? Then contact JN Spa on 00233 244 941 002 or 00233 2006 06386, and they will be right there on time. JN Mobile Spa, your health and beauty needs at your doorstep.
Running a business or managing your personal finances? Let GIL Accountancy Services take the stress away. As trusted chartered accountants and business advisors, we help you stay compliant, save tax, and grow with confidence. Whether you're self-employed, a landlord, run a limited company, or a charity, our tailored solutions are built for you. Claim your free initial consultation today. Call 07961 248 834 or email dan@gillaccountants.com. GIL Accountancy Services, your partners in success.
If you're not using AI properly in 2026, you're already behind time to catch up. I'm teaching a beginner-friendly session on how to use AI in a practical, everyday way.
It's so delicious. Like when you eat it, we got greens, meat, fish, everything is in there.
And the tilapia fish, it tastes amazing. Softness, moist, and definitely the taste.
Of the seasoning from Africa. The food is just like back home from my home. Tastes very good.
I bring the Ghana to England, yeah. Can have what do you call the ampesi, fufu, chosavi, banku, weche, dollar, Ghana dollar. Oh my God, Ama dollar. Name the food. When you come to Ama to eat, Ama is not do it for you.
When you come to Amersfoort, you get the best chosavi in the whole United Kingdom. London. Yes.
Welcome to African Hill Resort, the perfect location for your honeymoon, conferences, breakfast meetings, and weekend getaways. Other facilities available include spa, rooftop bar, restaurant, indoor bar, swimming pool, lawn for parties, and outside catering. There is free Wi-Fi connectivity for you to stay in touch with your family, business associates, and the whole world. African Hill Resort is located on Iveta Hills with a panoramic view of whole township. For inquiries or reservations, call 0208 267 501 or 0209 135 196 or 0362 290.
Do you or anyone you know suffer with oxidative stress? Oxidative stress is a condition where your body produces too many free radicals, which can damage cells and lead to health problems. Diseases caused by oxidative stress include heart disease, blood disorder, diabetes, arthritis, stroke, chronic fatigue, neurodegenerative disease, premature aging, autoimmune disorders, etc. Health is real wealth. Move, nourish, thrive. Need help? Call me for more information on +4 4 7 4 2 4 4 8 9 5 7 8.
Running a business or managing your personal finances? Let GIL Accountancy Services take the stress away. As trusted chartered accountants and business advisors, we help you stay compliant, save tax, and grow with confidence. Whether you're self-employed, a landlord, run a limited company, or a charity, our tailored solutions are built for you. Claim your free initial consultation today. Call 07961 248 834 or email dan@gillaccountants.com. GIL Accountancy Services, your partners in success.
I am recording from the beautiful country of Ghana. I'm staying at the Oceanic Resort here in Accra, Ghana, where I am topping up my vitamin D and feeling so energized and vibrant. As you can see, the lovely sea behind me and the sand. I've also brought my products with me, which also helps to energize me. I brought my P84, my Fighter Power X, and the new kid on the block, my Protandem. If you would like to hear more or learn more about these wonderful products that I'm taking, you can either inbox me or click on the link below. Thank you for listening. My health is definitely my wealth. Thank you.
The best radio show
all around the world.
This is Starr Radio UK.
Broadcasting live online. In your car.
At work.
At home.
On your smartphone.
Are you ready to turn it up?
10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
Birds flying high, you know how I feel. Sun in the sky, you know how I feel. Breeze drifting on by, you know how I feel. It's a new dawn, it's a new day, it's a new life for me. And I'm feeling good. Hey there, this is Archie, and it's Starr Radio UK and the morning show. Okay, let me say massive good morning, good afternoon, good evening, good dawn to you wherever you might be on planet Earth, and those of you on other planets as well. I want to salute each and every one of you and welcome you to the Starr Radio UK morning show. Today is the first day of May, the year 2026. And let me say massive happy new month to every one of you. Those of you who have been sending me messages wherever you are this morning, I salute each and every one of you. And once again, I say welcome to the program. Welcome to Monday, the 1st of June 2026, with a time now exactly at 17 minutes past the top of the hour. And I remain yours sincerely, the one and only,
broadcasting worldwide, online 24/7.
Enlighten your day with Starr Radio. Starr Radio. Radio for the people, by the people. The morning show with Archie. This is the morning show with Archie.
All right, so if you don't know now, you know I remain yours sincerely, the one and only Archie. And from now till exactly 12:30, I'm going to bring you everything from archaeology to zoology, from Accra to Zanzibar. As we say on this platform, if it's making the headlines, be rest assured of one thing: we will bring it to the fore. So on that note, let me say welcome to the program once again. Let me say good morning to my able producer, Mr. Francis Guy. Good morning to HRH Linda Pallien. Good morning to our money man, Mr. Dan Tabiri, CEO of GIL Accountancy Services. For all your accounting issues, you know where to go to. Massive good morning to you, and good morning to no other one but the one and only Eben, all the way in Cape Town, South Africa. To Antonio as well, good morning to you all there. Special good morning also goes all the way to Delta Hammond and Mom, Mrs. Vida Hammond. Massive good morning to you all there as well. In Ghana, in Kumasi specifically, good morning to the Hammonds, Abedis, good morning to you. Let me say good morning to my brother Felix, all the way in Aberdeen. Hope you are doing very, very well. Mr. Olaimi Kwaki, what's your birthday over the weekend? Massive good morning to you. Mr. Yummy, hope you are doing very, very well. Alex, good morning. Atakofi, massive good morning to you. It's been a while. I hope you are doing very, very well. Niana Najo, massive good morning to you. He's the chief of our shaman. Good morning. Good morning to you all there. It's all coming your way from Starr Radio UK. But we're program online. I'm going to bring you the quote for the day, the weather forecast to follow suit, and the travel update. We'll move from there to have a look at some of the stories making the rounds across the globe. That is known as Global Trotting. Then after which we'll continue from thence to bring you the details of the story that is making the rounds. At 12 o'clock, I'll take you to Cyprus where we'll have Career 101 with our own HRH Linda Pallien this afternoon. Then at 12:30, we'll bring the curtains down for the end of the program. So in the gist, that's what's going to happen. But wherever you are, once again, welcome to the program. This is Starr Radio UK, and this is your favorite African and Caribbean radio station in London. So let's plod on. After this quick commercial break.
Running a business or managing your personal finances? Let GIL Accountancy Services take the stress away. As trusted chartered accountants and business advisors, we help you stay compliant, save tax, and grow with confidence. Whether you're self-employed, a landlord, run a limited company, or a charity, our tailored solutions are built for you. Claim your free initial consultation today. Call 07961 248 834 or email dan@gillaccountants.com. GIL Accountancy Services, your partners in success.
Welcome back to the program Starr Radio UK. So, when it comes to the quote for the day, the first day of June 2026, what does it say? There's some things cause some people to be successful, and some other things cause other people to fail. It all depends on your response or reaction to the things that happen to you. So one thing that might have brought about somebody's demise or failure, that same thing brings about somebody's success. So depending on where you're standing or what you do with it, well, you might not know. So I want you to get it on. All right then. Starr Radio UK. Now moving on straight to the weather front. Now this afternoon it will be mostly dry with sunny spells and areas of cloud moving in from the west at times. The odd shower cannot be ruled out. This evening will turn cloudy with outbreaks of persistent rain spreading in from the west overnight. It's going to be overnight falling heavy at times. Now top of the temperature is going to be 21 degrees tops and the lowest 15 degrees. Pollen level high, UV level moderate, pollution low. Sunset 21:08 and sunrise for tomorrow morning 04:49 hours. And this is Starr Radio UK, and this is your favorite African and Caribbean radio station in London. As we go on with the program, let me take you global trotting. Okay, before then, let's take you to your travels as well. As we say, keep your eyes on the roads, keep your eyes on the roads as we keep you navigated our promise, our bond. Well, so on the underground this morning, the Central Line is experiencing minor delays on the entire line. Jubilee Line, severe delays on the entire line. Victoria, severe delays on the entire line, and part suspension between Victoria and Brixton. If you are using the underground lines this morning, check out that or note that. Okay, on the overground, Mild May is experiencing severe delays on the entire line. That aside, all the other underground lines and overground lines are running a good service. DLR, London Tramlink, good service there. Now, on the major roads in London, this is what is happening there as well. Silvertown Tunnel is still experiencing serious delays from last Friday when it's been going on. If you can avoid it, do your best to do so. Starr Radio UK. Keep your eyes on the roads. Now moving on straight to the river bars this morning. I can tell you assuredly, good service throughout. The London cable car is also running a good service, bringing us to the final segment of the travel update. That is the National Rail, and what have I got for you? As you continue to keep your eyes on the roads, well, cross country is experiencing special services, or offering special services. Great Western Railway special services, Southwestern Railway and Southeastern all offering special services. That aside, all the others are running a good service. That's how or where I would say good morning, good afternoon, good evening, good dawn to you, wherever you might be on planet Earth. Enjoy your commute for today. But you know what? Continue to keep those eyes where? Right there, back on the roads. Let's take this commercial break, and I will be back with you, taking you global trotting.
Running a business or managing your personal finances? Let GIL Accountancy Services take the stress away. As trusted chartered accountants and business advisors, we help you stay compliant, save tax, and grow with confidence. Whether you're self-employed, a landlord, run a limited company, or a charity, our tailored solutions are built for you. Claim your free initial consultation today. Call 079-61-248-834 or email Dan at gilaccountants.com. GIL Accountancy Services, your partners in success.
If you're not using AI properly in 2026, you're already behind.
It's so delicious. Like when you eat it, we got greens, meat, fish, everything is in there.
And the tilapia fish, it tastes amazing. Softness, moist, and definitely the taste.
Of the seasoning from Africa. The food is just like back home. Tastes very good.
I bring the Ghana to England. Yeah, can have what do you call the ampesi, fufu, chosavi, benku, weche, dollar, Ghana dollar. Oh my God, Ama dollar. Name the food when you come to Ama to eat. Ama is not do it for you.
When you come to Amersfoort, you get the best chosavi in the whole United Kingdom, London. Yeah.
Welcome back to the program. This is Starr Radio UK, and this is your favorite African and Caribbean radio station in London. And now it's time for us to go global trotting. What is happening from across the globe this morning? As I bring you nothing else but, well, take you through all the stories that we know are true, not fake. Well, in the stories making the rounds in the UK, second batch of Mandelson files to be published today. A government spokesperson says the document will be among the largest publication ever laid in Parliament. And in other stories, UK wins court case over collapsed Rwandan asylum deal there as well. And girl church, 13 dies in hospital after river rescue. This hot weather has brought about the loss of, I think, 15 lives. I think about 11, let's say, minors or children, and then 4 adults. I think that's what the success says, but I'm going to be telling you more about that as well. It's all coming your way from Starr Radio UK, your favorite African and Caribbean radio station in London. Shot was fired as officers struck by stolen police car. We'll be telling you more about that. Who had the guts to go and steal a police car? Oh boy. But you want to know more, you got to stay tuned, because we're going to be bringing you everything that is making the rounds this morning. In the US of A, which stories have I got for you? Parents calls from anti-weaponization fund deeply offensive and said it should be dropped. Now, Trump's former vice president, who was targeted by rioters during the January 6 riots, says the fund that could potentially compensate them is a bad idea. Okay, we'll be telling you more about that. And ex-U.S. Attorney General defends Epstein files handling in congressional probe. Well, he said, well, they had to scale down on some of the information that was being given out. But hey, no deal announced after Trump's meeting to make final determination on Iran. Cancel it, Trump says, after artists drop out of U.S. Freedom 250 Festival. U.S., UK, and Australia to develop underwater drone technology. Those are some of the stories making the rounds there. Now, moving on straight to the Latin American area. Well, come a few days time, a couple of weeks time, or a few days time, yes, a week plus time, the World Cup will be commencing. Nicaragua indigenous leader dies after 3 years in prison. And who is that? The Colombian president ran off pits leftist senator against pro-Trump rival. Now, left-wing Senator Ivan Cepeda will face Trump's admirer Abelardo de la Espriella at the final ballot on the 21st of June. And Brazil monitors 2 patients for possible Ebola infection. Is it about time that we shut the borders or start monitoring people coming in from various countries, or track travel records of people who have traveled a lot through various areas to make sure that they are not introducing into our communities any ailment or so? Well, we're going to be telling you more about all that. In Europe as well, as we go on, the drivers risking death on Ukraine's most dangerous bus route. Russian drones are targeting public buses in Kherson, killing 3 transport workers so far this year, and hundreds arrested and dozens of police injured after Champions League riots in France. What is all this menace? What is this? Well, let me leave it. Acting, or this way that people act when they I don't know, when maybe they are happy, and as it said, some forces take over and then they end up, you go, but we'll tell you more about that. Now, Poland's controversial highway to hell 66 bus revived. We'll tell you more about that. Do you want to travel on that? That will be quite an interesting one, right? Okay. In Asia as well, as we go on, what's happening there? Litter bags now face on the spot finds in Tokyo's tourist hotspot. Now, dozens of officials will patrol world famous Shibuya as Japan responds to the impact of over tourism. Now, you will have pictures. It looks like New York City, Times Square, how it's all clunked up with visitors, and oh boy, you don't want to know. And then other bits as well, and people littering, like the beaches here over the past few days when we've had that hot scorching weather, people trooping to the beaches, and what has happened there. Well, do you think we need to introduce a litter fine? You drop something, and the people who drive, and then you have something in your car, you take it and you chuck it out. Can't you just live in your car and then you got to your destination and put it in the bin? Don't you have a bin? All right. Now, secret channels and unregistered workers, China's coal mine disaster is a reminder of darker days. And NVIDIA announces new AI chip for personal computers. These are all coming away from Starr Radio UK. US not turning back on Asia allies, but expects them to boost defense, says headset. Well. Buy more of our arms, and when you have problem, we'll stand by you. That's the way. What do you think about all that? We're going to be telling you more about all that as the program goes on. In the Middle East as well. Well, Israel's Prime Minister orders strikes on Beirut suburbs as Hezbollah conflict escalates. Benjamin Netanyahu says the Hezbollah stronghold of Daher will be targeted in response to attacks on Israeli civilians. The US says it struck Iranian radar sites as Kuwait reports missile and drone attacks. And then US and Iran very close to deal. Some of the story. U.S. citizen sentenced in Iranian murder for higher plot targeting dissidents in New York. Those are some of the stories. And Iran has Iran attacks damaged 20 U.S. military sites since start of war. Satellite images have shown. We're going to tell you more about all that as the program goes on. On the African front as well, the Ebola menace that is going on. How far? 5 patients recover from Ebola in DR Congo and leave hospital. Now, those infected can get better, and officials stress that people should seek medical help if they have symptoms. Okay, and the Nigeria police warn against reprisal attacks against South Africans. Well, those are some of the stories making the rounds there. In other stories still making the rounds on the African front, well, polls open in Ethiopia parliamentary election as Prime Minister Abiy views vies for new term. Polls open in Ethiopia's parliamentary elections as Prime Minister Abiy vies for new term. There are some of the stories making the rounds there. Counting underway after Guinea votes in legislative and municipal elections. Who do you think is going to do it? The military out there? Domboya? Is it? Well, I'm going to be telling you more about that. Another story, Benin strengthens laws to combat production of fake banknotes. Woo! More going to be coming away from there. It's all coming away from Starr Radio UK. Now, in other stories, moving on to Nigeria, Peter Obi has pledged executive role for Kwankwaso. Vice President won't be spare tire. So, just in case, or not that they are vying for it. If they happen to win the elections in Nigeria come 2027, that's the promise that is given to his running mate, that this side is going to be, you're not just going to be a spare tire, but you will be in the midst of decision making. What about that? What an interesting one. Again, Dangote Refinery cuts petrol and diesel prices. That's a good one. While prices are going up in other places, they are cutting it in Nigeria. What about that? And do you think that we have to be listening to other people who are saying, allow us to import fuel into the country so that the prices can still go up and stuff like that. Well. In Ghana as well, Sarah Nana Wilson retains Folklex Entertainment Show Host of the Year Award. And Parliament passes anti-LGBTQ bill awaits Mohammed's assent. The court admits in evidence photos, videos, and official statement in Wontumi's Tano Nimri Galamsey trial. Well, what is it going to do about it? We don't just want to turn up. Brandon Thomas Asante targets World Cup success with Black Stars. Okay, in other stories as well, making the rounds, OMC begin increase in fuel prices. Starr Oil sells petrol at 15.20. And then refine our money or proceed to in Sanwem. Mahama warns audit offenders. Quite an interesting one. But if you proceed, the people you proceed them or they go to in Sanwem, what happens to our money? Is it that they go to Sanwem and then they take the money after they spend whatever years they come and enjoy the money? We want our money. We want our money. That was via the town hall meeting that took place yesterday in London here, where we had our own HR, my apologies, Mayor Queen of the Mayor Kill Lounge in there, bringing us reports live from there. So those of you who enjoy the program, I hope that you saw what you missed out from there. It's all coming your way from Starr Radio UK. Officials behind Wager Spillway permits will be sacked. Well, that's what the president has said. And then one interesting other story. I said, Cabinet walkout. The Council of Elders of Governing National Democratic Congress has issued a stern warning to party members against engaging in premature presidential campaign activities ahead of next general election, urging them to instead focus on supporting the government's resetting agenda and maintaining internal discipline and party units. So if you are vying for the position, don't just go and say yeah, and then instead of you to be concentrating to do what you're supposed to be doing, you just go on trying to get yourself elected by a party as a presidential candidate, knowing that the president will not be going for another term because that will be his final attempt as a president. But what do you think about all that? Ladies and gentlemen, this is Starr Radio UK, and this is your favorite African and Caribbean radio station in London. We take a break, we come back, then we kick off with the details of all the stories making the rounds this morning. Don't touch the dial. Starr Radio UK, your favorite African and Caribbean radio station in London. Let me once again say good morning to Mr. Dan Taberi, CEO of GIL Accountancy Services, our money man, and to Mrs. Evelyn Taberi. Hope you are all doing very, very well. And my girls.
Yes.
Welcome to African Hill Resort, the perfect location for your honeymoon, conferences, breakfast meetings, and weekend getaways. Other facilities available include spa, rooftop bar, restaurant, indoor bar, swimming pool, lawn for parties, and outside catering. There is free Wi-Fi connectivity for you to stay in touch with your family, business associates, and the whole world. African Hill Resort is located on Iveta Hills with a panoramic view of whole township. For inquiries or reservations, call 0208 267 501 or 0209 135 196 or 0362 290.
Do you or anyone you know suffer with oxidative stress? Oxidative stress is a condition where your body produces too many free radicals, which can damage cells and lead to health problems. Diseases caused by oxidative stress include heart disease, blood disorder, diabetes, arthritis, stroke, chronic fatigue, neurodegenerative disease, premature aging, autoimmune disorders, etc. Health is real wealth. Move, nourish, thrive. Need help? Call me for more information on +4 4 7 4 2 4 4 8 9 5 7 8.
Running a business or managing your personal finances? Let GIL Accountancy Services take the stress away. As trusted chartered accountants and business advisors, we help you stay compliant, save tax, and grow with confidence. Whether you're self-employed, a landlord, run a limited company, or a charity, our tailored solutions are built for you. Claim your free initial consultation today. Call 07961 248 834 or email dan@gillaccountants.com. GIL Accountancy Services, your partners in success.
Everywhere you go, Afrobeat reggae dancehall taking over. Everywhere you go, Afrobeat reggae dancehall taking over. Yo, what's up, people? This is a boy Raskin Bobo One. Tune in every day, every night at the Star Radio UK with the big man them Archie. When I say Orta, you say fire.
Welcome back to the program. This is Starr Radio UK, your favorite African and Caribbean radio station in London, bringing the time now to 11:42. And it is your favorite African and Caribbean radio station in London. All right then. So, details of the stories. Since you know at 12 o'clock exactly, we'll be crossing over to bring you Career 101 with HRH Linda Pallien. So, just stay tuned and don't even think of touching the dial. Okay. So, now, one of the stories that is making the rounds here in the UK is the second tranche of documents relating to Lord Mandelson's appointment as the UK's ambassador to the US will be published today. Three sources involved in the process have said. Now, while number 10 has refused to confirm the publication date, a government spokesperson said the last batch will be among the largest publication ever laid in Parliament. Now, Lord Mandelson was sacked as ambassador last year after the emergence of new revelations about the extent of his relationship with the late convicted sex offender Jeffrey Epstein. In February, MPs voted to force the government to publish all papers relating Let me take it again. In February, MPs voted to force the government to publish all papers relating to the appointment through a humble address, a parliamentary process. The government initially opposed the motion, arguing that it did not want to publish material that could damage national security or diplomatic relations. But in a last-minute compromise, the government agreed to first send sensitive documents to the Intelligence and Security Committee, which will decide what could and couldn't be published. Ladies and gentlemen, Star Radio UK, your favorite African and Caribbean radio station in London, bringing the time now to 11:44. And I say once again, so Sekia's National Security Advisor Jonathan Powell also said he found the appointment of Lord Mandelson weirdly rushed. The government spokesperson said they were committed to complying with the humble address in full, adding that reflects the transparent and thorough process we have followed. But interestingly, on this, let me just cross over straight to the US, where I got another story relating to that, and let me bring that your way from there. Quite an interesting one, where the former Attorney General of the Trump administration, former U.S. Attorney General Pam Bondi, has defended her handling of the release of documents related to the convicted sex offender Jeffrey Epstein. The Bondi, who was removed from her post as America's top law enforcement officer by U.S. President Donald Trump in April, testified behind closed doors on Friday in Washington, D.C. We demonstrated an unprecedented commitment to transparency in department's search for collection and review of the Epstein files, producing nearly 3 million pages of material, she said in opening remarks to the U.S. House Oversight Committee. Now, Bondi was formally summoned by the panel in March, just before Trump announced her ouster as his administration's top prosecutor. As Attorney General, Bondi was tasked with implementing the Epstein Files Transparency Act legislation signed into law by Trump that mandated the U.S. Department of Justice publicly release unclassified records. But Bondi and the U.S. Justice Department have been widely criticized with accusations that documents were withheld and files were published that made victims of Epstein crimes publicly identifiable. I am proud of the department's record and commitment to transparency under my leadership, she said. This was an enormously complicated and labor-intensive process. To the best of my knowledge, the department produced everything required under the Epstein Files Transparency Act. The committee Republican Chairman James Comer wrote in a subpoena letter that they were investigating the possible mismanagement of the Epstein investigation and compliance with the act. Ahead of Friday's meeting, Comer told reporters that successive government had failed Epstein's victims and that Bondi would be pressed about her handling of the release of the documents. We're going to try to determine whether or not there could be more documents legally turned over. Comer said, I want every document. I don't want anything held back. And I think the majority of the committee is the same way. But 3 hours into the congressional interview, Democrats emerged accusing Bondi of being evasive in her answers, deferring responsibility to her former deputy, and said government lawyers have stepped in to prevent her from answering questions. She said she would not speak or respond to any questions that had anything to do with President Trump, said Roberta Garcia, the committee's leading Democrat. Congressman Suha Subramaniam, a Democrat on the House Oversight Committee, said that the process was a cover-up, and Republicans on the committee set the interview up with voluntary transcription and no video tape. She was simply not wanting to answer questions or wanting not to take any responsibility for how poorly she handled the entire situation, she said. Now, it's quite an interesting one there, because here is the UK pushing and stripping the whole prince of all, Prince Andrew of all his whatever. So somebody who was born a prince will say that he's no more a prince. Maybe he had to enter the mother's womb back and then had been reborn. That one I can't say. But look at the US, where the incident actually took place, and they are always protecting. And they are saying, oh yeah, you have to bring your prince to our country to come and was he the only person involved in the abuse or the scandal, that whatever thing that went on? That's the question. Where majority of people are, why are they not being brought to justice? Okay, and then we come to Lord Mandelson, who, because of his involvement, however, he is gay, and therefore he's saying directly he didn't involve himself with whatever that took place. I cannot say whether they were underage boys or whatever. I can't say anything pertaining to that because we don't know that. But as far as we are concerned, is more of girls, young girls or ladies who were trafficked there and whatever thing that took place with Epstein and his cohorts. But wherever you are this morning, who is telling the truth, and why should we cut our noses to spite our faces? Now, when it comes to the security concerns where intel pertaining to trade and stuff like that was leaked out or sold out to Epstein, and because of that, I don't know whether Lord Mandelson made anything out of that, and all those things that are taking place. I don't know what's going to happen on that front. With that bit, I'm saying, whoa. But if you look at the precursor to the appointment of Lord Mandelson, we had Trump in office who had called for the removal of the then UK ambassador to the US, and he had to leave, and then we needed somebody to replace, and because Trump was threatening, he was threatening all this taxes or trade war and then with the UK and all other countries as well. And therefore, it was imperative on the government to find somebody who understands their language, who has been there with them, and who can speak to them. And so that's why government was pushing. So it took the risk. I mean, that, well, he is bad, but we think that we can use the bad to get something good out of it. And true to it, we had some good trade, they said, and all those, what does he call it? Where he plays what? Tariffs on countries. Ours was reduced to some lower, I mean, the tariff, this is that we had, the UK had on it, became lesser because we had Lord Manners in there. Yeah. But as I've said, because of the trade, should I say espionage? Would they call that espionage? But the trade info that was linked or sent to his friend Epstein and all those bit and people who might have benefited from it all. That's where I think I have a big issue with. But that aside, the Prime Minister had to take a stand. I had to put the interests of the country first and thought this is the right person to go there, who understands them, can play with them. They were all in the party, but maybe he didn't take the acts they were acting, and therefore, well. So the publication of this, what do you think is going to happen there as well? Ladies and gentlemen, Starr Radio UK. You can put your comments on the platform that we are broadcasting on, or you can share it with us or call us on Teams Starr Radio Teams Starr Radio UK, and your voice will be heard. But thank you very much to every one of you who are tuned in this morning. Share the the broadcast and like our pages as well. All right then, let's move on to where? That's the question that we are looking at. Because of our time that is running so fast, and trying to see whether I'll be able to even still bring you Career 101, which I will have to, because for a past few weeks we've not been able to bring you that. Last week was a bank holiday, so we're not live. But now, former U.S. Vice President Mike Pence has sharply criticized the Trump administration's $1.8 billion fund to compensate people alleging unfair treatment under previous administration. The Trump administration announced what it called an anti-weaponization fund earlier this month for victims of lawfare to seek compensation. But Pence, who was Donald Trump's vice president, said it was a bad idea from the start and should be dropped. Now, many Trump supporters who were prosecuted over the U.S. Capitol riots on the 6th of January 2021 have said they plan to seek compensation. Now, Pence, who was in the U.S. Capitol at the time and whom rioters threatened with violence, said the fund was deeply offensive. Now, Pence was rushed into hiding at the Capitol. It was stormed by hundreds of people falsely calling on the 2020 election stolen after the building was cleared. The former vice president presided over the certification of Joe Biden's victory. Nearly 1,600 people were charged with crimes associated with the riots, including about 175 charged with using a deadly or dangerous weapon or causing serious bodily injury to an officer, according to Department of Justice figures. Now, Pence was asked by the NBC in an interview broadcast on Sunday about the fund potentially compensating rioters prosecuted for the role in the attack. Now, if they compensate these ones, what example does it set or precedence? So let's say we go for the midterm elections, and Democrats saying that they were supposed to have won that midterm elections in Congress and then the House of Representatives, and some way somehow they don't do well. Can they then go and storm those both houses and say, yeah, and then when Democrats come to power later on, we say, yeah, get it, we're going to compensate you for the way the previous government. If people did the wrong thing, they should face the consequences of their wrongdoing. That's what I would say there. But not to compensate them for the wrongs that they did. Because after all, whatever, even if the Democrats were not going to do well, or Republicans were, Trump was doing well, as the supporters might have been saying, oh yeah, he is the best person. He was somebody appointed by God to come and lead the country at the time, blah, 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 blah. And the election took place, and some way, somehow, he lost it. And we say, oh, it was a stolen election. The 2020 election was stolen, and therefore, because of that, people have to go on a rampage and go to the heart of governance to behave that way. What do you think? Well, ladies and gentlemen, this is Starr Radio, okay? It is your favorite African and Caribbean radio station in London. Because of our time, I have to quickly hop off because my producer is saying we still have to bring, yes, definitely bring one program that is very good that listeners are more interested in, and that is no other one but the Career 101 with HRH Linda Pallien. Now, hundreds have been arrested and dozens of police injured after Champions League riots in France. A total of 219 people have been injured in clashes between football fans and police across France after Paris Saint-Germain won the Champions League. That's PSG won the Champions League final against Arsenal. Now, 8 were in serious conditions. Interior Minister has said eight were in serious conditions. Interior Minister Laurent Nunez said thousands of officers were deployed to curb unrest. The disruption the disruption unrest disrupted bus, train, and rail services in the capital, Paris. 57 of them were injured. But the question that I'm asking this morning, or getting to the afternoon once again, is when we win a tournament or when we are happy, do we have to be behaving that way at all? Do we? Well, ladies and gentlemen, this is Starr Radio UK. This is your favorite African and Caribbean radio station in London. All right. Let's move on. We will now go straight to the African front, and let me bring you the story, a couple of stories there, and then we can bring the program to a close. Now, interestingly, we have the situation where we have the situation where people who are have been hospitalized because of COVID. Apologies. Why am I saying COVID? Ebola have recovered. Now, health authorities in Democratic Republic of Congo are celebrating after 5 patients who had Ebola are now recovered were allowed to leave hospital. The current outbreak is suspected to have killed almost 250 people, but those infected can get better, and officials stress that people should seek medical help if they believe they had contracted the virus. On Sunday, there was a ceremony for a group of 4 nurses who were discharged from a hospital in Bunia, the province capital of Ituri, and the Epic Center. The Epic Center. All right, and Starr Radio UK, your favorite African and Caribbean radio station in London. Now, quickly touching on one other story from here before we leave or cross over to Cyprus to bring you Career 101 with no other one but HRH Linda Pallien this morning or this afternoon, where it's gone 12 o'clock exactly, so it's this afternoon. All right then. So, well, in Nigeria, Peter Obi is pledging executive role for Kwankwaso if he becomes the vice president. We know that he's running mate for the 2027 election that's going to be taking place, the general election. But as to whether they will be able to wrestle power from Tinubu is one of the big questions. But if he's saying that, giving assurance that if it happens that they win, it will not just be a spare tie vice president. No. He will have a role to play. And well, does the constitution allow the vice president to have a major role to play at all, or he is going to create that bit where he has a major role to play? And that would be good, involving everybody and their expertise. Why not? Well, ladies and gentlemen, Starr Radio UK. Nigerian governors to Tinubu consider increasing minimum wage to 100,000. That's one of the stories making the rounds there. But the question is, can the country afford to pay people a minimum wage of 100,000? How plausible is that? Do we have the means to support that? Okay. The Dangote refinery, petroleum refinery and petrochemicals has announced a fresh reduction in the ex-depot prices of premium motor spirit, better known as petrol and automotive gas oil, popularly known as diesel, reinforcing its commitment to making refined petroleum products more affordable and supporting economic activities across Nigeria. Under the latest price adjustment, the refinery reduced ex-depot price of PMS from 1,250 naira per litre to 1,250 naira per litre from 1,275, so 25 naira from there, and for diesel 1,700 per litre from 1,800 per litre. Now, if he is doing something like that, why do we as a people decide that no, just allow other people to be, because he's taking control of the whole, monopolizing the whole industry, and therefore, but if the people are enjoying the benefit of his transaction, and it's not like we are, because I know where they come from. When at times we think that we are putting all our eggs in one basket, and therefore there's maybe one only refinery, maybe one tank that is refining the whole thing, and something is going wrong, therefore we cannot get alternative from anywhere. That is not how. This is the largest refinery on Africa or in the world. One of the largest in the world. So why don't you give him the support so that the scarce resources will stay in the country and people will benefit? Everybody who buys from them will be benefiting from it. So why do we cut our noses to spite our faces? But ladies and gentlemen, Starr Radio UK, 12:03 the time, the morning show, the program, Archie, your man. And now we'll move on straight to Ghana as well. Yesterday, interestingly, during the event that took place here in London, during the Q&A with the President John Dramani Mahama announced that the Letema Oil Refinery will begin processing Ghanaian crude oil in June this month as part of efforts to increase local value addition and reduce the country's dependence on imported refined petroleum products. He said in a shipment of crude oil from Ghana's offshore fields will be delivered to Tor in June for processing, describing the move as a return to an initiative introduced during his previous administration. Speaking at the diaspora town hall meeting in London on Sunday, President Mahama said Ghana needed to derive greater benefits from its natural resources by processing them locally. We are just about to make history again. We did it in my first term, but after we left office, it didn't continue. We are about to start to refine our own crude. In June, we are delivering a parcel of Ghanaian crude from our own oil fields to Tema Oil Refinery to process, he said. According to him, Ghana continues to export raw materials such as gold, bauxite, and manganese for processing abroad, only to import finished product at a higher cost. We process manganese, bauxite, gold, and everything, and then we ship them out to be processed by somebody else. In that procession, we are creating jobs in other person's economy, and then the products for which we sent the oils abroad are made into finished products, and those finished products are exported back to us, he said. What's the sense? So what he's saying is one thing that I really, really admire, and I think that it's about time that we all suck up or shut up and let it work. And if there's anybody who seems to be sabotaging anything there, we get rid of them. Get rid of them. Because the national interest should be at the heart of everybody serving the country in whatever capacity. The President Mahama went on and issued a strong warning to public officials implicated in financial irregularities captured in the Auditor General's report. He stated that those found responsible will either be made to refund the misappropriated fund or face imprisonment. Now, speaking at the Diaspora Hall, yesterday, as I'm saying, the President expressed concerns over the recurring financial losses highlighted in annual audit report, describing them as a significant burden on the national economy. According to him, the persistent audit findings point to deep-rooted weaknesses in public financial management and accountability that must be addressed if the country is to safeguard public resources. Every year, you hear the Auditor General's report, Ghana loses 12 billion cedis from misappropriation and things. The Chief Justice has graciously set up audit courts. He disclosed. President Mahama explained that the establishment of the specialized audit courts marks a major step towards ensuring individuals cited in audit reports face tangible consequences for their action rather than merely appearing before Parliament's Public Accounts Committee. Well. On that note, ladies and gentlemen, I have to bring the first part of the program to close. Well, I'm going to be taking you to Cyprus to bring you Career 101. But it's quite an interesting one. Kudos. What do you think about all that? Well. Once again, let me say good afternoon to May Queen, who was at the event yesterday, bringing you a live feed from there. May and Mommy, good afternoon to you. Well done, girls, for that wonderful job that you did yesterday. Ladies and gentlemen, Starr Radio, okay? Let's take a quick break. We come back, we continue with the show. Taking you to HRA Cyprus to bring you Career 101. Stay tuned, don't touch the dial.
I am recording from the beautiful country of Ghana. I'm staying at the Oceanic Resort here in Accra, Ghana, where I am topping up my vitamin D and feeling so energized and vibrant. As you can see, the lovely sea behind me and the sand. I've also brought my products with me, which also helps to energize me. I brought my P84, my Fighter Power X, and the new kid on the block, my Protandem. If you would like to hear more or learn more about these wonderful products that I'm taking, you can either inbox me or click on the link below. Thank you for listening. My health is definitely my wealth. Thank you.
You're on your way to Ghana. Boy, oh boy, you stressed out, tired. God, you're going to be resting. Okay, then let me recommend to you JN Mobile Spa in Accra, Ghana. Oh boy, JN Mobile Spa, they provide organic care in massage. Are you stressed? Do you need rejuvenated, etc.? For your facials, maybe exfoliating, firming, and lifting? Then contact JN Spa on 00233 244 941 002 or 00233 2006 06386, and they will be right there on time. JN Mobile Spa, your health and beauty needs at your doorstep.
Running a business.
Tell you about our weather here. It's nice. I'm only in the studio, just put on some nice but when I go out there, I'm going to put on my shorts. So yeah. Careercation. Interesting. I think this is the first time I've heard that. That is from HRH Linda Pallien herself. Okay. Careercation. Interesting. Okay, Linda, so what are we looking at today?
So today we're looking at what is career coaching.
Okay.
What does it involve? Who needs it? What to expect? What questions to ask? Because I realized that we've been talking about this for ages, but nobody really knows what it does and whether it is for them or not. So today I want to give people the opportunity to ask questions, to sort of self-select in the process and see if this is something that you should be doing or you should consider in the future, or if you know somebody that needs this sort of service and has been lost and doesn't know what to do.
Okay, interesting. Listeners, Starr ready, you okay? HRH Linda Pallien all the way from Cyprus. Career coaching. So first of all, what is career coaching?
What is career coaching? So career coaching under the general umbrella is obviously helping someone with their career development goals.
Okay.
At the basis of it, that's what career coaching is. And there's different aspects of it. For most of us, the first memory of a career coach will be somewhere in school where some old lady or an old man sits in the cupboard somewhere and tells you what sort of careers you might be suitable for. You might do some tests. And then they sort of tell you what careers to go into, because of course you've got to choose your college and university modules based on that.
Okay, interesting. Now, so who can be involved in career coaching?
Okay, so before we do that, who could be involved in it? And the answer to that is everyone looking to go to the next level of their career, whether it's your first career or whether you're at the top of your field and you want to go to the next level, or whether you want to switch careers from one aspect to another. So career coaching is anyone that's considering a change in their profession or the next step in their profession. Career coaching, again, can be done by the HR function within your organization, the organization you work for. They might have a coaching or a development perspective. And some really good organizations do that, which is fantastic.
Okay.
And then you must have career coaching from a mentor as well. And when we talk about mentors, I mean somebody who's probably doing the same job that you aspire. So they must be your mentor that take you under their wings.
Okay.
And the ropes.
But if somebody wants to be a career coach, is there a particular course that the individual has to do to get to be a career coach? Or I do mathematics, or I do broadcasting, radio broadcasting, and therefore I can just be a career coach in radio broadcasting? Is that how it works?
The coaching industry is largely unregulated. Okay, so there's some accrediting bodies that do certification, but there's also coaching courses. So I know people that have done masters in career coaching, or some bodies that bring out some sort of guidelines. But if you need a degree to do that in career coaching, no, this is very
there isn't anything of the sort.
And also because of who can do it as well. They might be great at their job and be good at helping you, but also the fact that they're great at their job doesn't mean that they're necessarily good coaching material for you. So one of these things that I think you've either got it or you don't.
Okay.
You can help someone and be able to see their potential, encourage them, break through the barriers, and get results for them. Okay, so for me, a career coach has to get you results, and if they're not getting you results, they're not really doing the best for you that can happen.
Okay, interesting. Now, something just came up my mind. Now, how different is career coaching from motivational speaking or speakers? People help people who come and then talk, and they think, "Woo! I feel the vroom to just get on and do something." And you have a career coach also coming to talk to you and then telling you, "Oh, you do that," or help you throughout. So, how different are these two?
This is a great question. I often get referred to as a life coach, and one is a compliment, but personally I don't like it as well, because motivational speakers, as you say, give you a lot of motivation and they pump you up, and it's great. But usually the effect isn't long term, because you attend that workshop, you attend that seminar, and today I was talking to someone who does leadership training for Fortune 500 companies. We were talking about how wonderful it is to have all of these models and go and motivate a group of people. But what happens when you leave the boardroom, or what happens when you leave the seminar, or that YouTube video finishes? The career coach, where they come in, is the accountability, the result, and the step-by-step over a period of time, setting these goals with you and making sure that you accomplish it. So it's a step-by-step, it's a side-by-side process. There's motivational that comes out of it, but ideally, again, the results come from the action, and this is what a career coach does. There's an action plan at the end of each session, which you go and implement, and in different sectors too. And I think this is the beauty of it, or this is the beauty of what I do, because I get people from all different sectors who come in and they have the same sort of developmental goals, and that can be applied in the science industry, as can be applied in the arts industry, that can be applied in the business world, and it's these high performers, the top of the group of each industry, who come together to use these common shared practices, learn from each other, and grow and develop themselves. That's what a career coach should do for you: solution-based, results, actions, accountability.
Okay. Yeah, go on.
The scope of career coaching, and this came from actually a networking where a couple of people were surprised that it was even possible to go to a career consultant independently and ask for advice, rather than going to either a recruitment company who would place you into a job, or go into your head within your company. And actually, after explaining what I did, they were all like, "Oh, I really need you," or "Actually, this is exactly what I'm looking for. This is exactly what I need." So if you wanted to transfer industry from, maybe you've been working in this industry for 10 years and want to move into this other industry, how do you use your transferable skills so that you're not starting again from the bottom of another industry? How can you use your transferable skills from being, like last week's example, a nanny, into being a real estate agent for family homes, or going from academia, being a researcher, to actually then going in and being a consultant in the business world. So some of these fields really differ, and this is what a good career coach should be able to do: help you take those skills that you've developed over the years that you've been working and apply them into a different field.
Wow. Let's go on.
I'm so passionate about this stuff. I could just go on.
Yeah.
They also ask you challenging questions. They'll challenge the assumptions you have about yourself. Some people won't apply for jobs that say managers because they think, "I've never been a manager before." But that is just an assumption. They're managing people, but they don't have the job title manager.
Yeah.
So these assumptions are challenged. A career coach will provide clarity on your goals and your developmental path. So we do a career planner and a career toolkit that you can use, and it's a weekly one for 52 weeks, every week of the year, because sometimes you get buried in your day-to-day doing the work that you don't get to plan your promotion, or you don't plan where you're going to go after this year is over. So a career coach will assist you alongside your work to the next level. They might provide resources, advice, behavior assessment if you're not getting on with your colleagues. Why is that? Is this job suited to you, or do you need certain elements to really make sure that you shine and outperform everyone else in your industry? If you're a leader, how can you get people to come round to your way of thinking, or how can you influence them? We talk about you as a person, so there's a lot of introspection, mindset, and behavior that goes into career coaching, as well as your employability skills and commercial skills, of course, because you're selling yourself, whether it's to your team or to an employer outside or to another industry or to a client. You're always selling yourself. So all of that. Then, of course, you've got your CV, cover letter, LinkedIn, and all these documents that you're using to sell yourself that the career coach will help you with.
Wow, interesting. Listen, let's start Radio UK, your favorite African and Caribbean radio station in London, and it is the Career 101 program with Linda Pallien, HRH, all the way from Cyprus. And today we are looking at career coaching. Okay, how does it even impact you? Do you think that you will need that with everything that we said? But Linda, let me ask you a question there, a quick one. So do you, with everything that you've said so far, my apologies, do you want to say that career coaching is the service of a career coach is indispensable?
Absolutely. If you think of anyone who's achieved any level of success, they need these external people. So if you think of a professional footballer, they would have someone that works on their psychology, someone that teaches them the skill of football, someone that assesses how they play on the field, someone that works with their nutrition, their health, and their fitness. And all of these external professionals make this person a pro at what they do. And a career coach is in the same way. And sometimes it's good that they're outside of your industry or they're independent. And a lot of people say to me, oh, why don't you do a recruitment agency? Because that's the natural progression when you start in a career. But I love the independence of being able to see it with an objective eye and say, okay, well, you may think this is what's happening in your industry, in a dog industry or in an old boys industry where all the connections, but actually these are the tools that you can use in spite of all of these challenges to succeed. So having a career coach is absolutely important at every stage of your career, not just at the beginning, not just at the end when you're planning for retirement, because I have a lot of clients in that, but also when you want to go from one level to another. How do I go from manager to leadership? Or sometimes, and this is very interesting, when you're going from a hands-on person, a manager where you're in the office, to now being paid in a strategic position to think and to come up with solutions and delegate those effectively. There's all sorts of challenges depending on what level of your career you're at.
Wow, interesting. Now, so will you recommend to organizations, businesses, to maybe, I don't know, depending on their strength, maybe once every quarter to have a career coach coming in there to be talking to the workers, maybe those who are aspiring to go to higher heights and stuff like that? Will you recommend anything of the sort?
Absolutely. And I think organizations and corporates and companies should see career coaching as a bonus, because it's as much as getting the right people for the job and keeping the right people there. Sometimes people tend to think that a career coach might help someone grow too big for their wings and move out of the company, or let them realize their worth and then go away and leave after you've invested all this training. But if you've invested all this training in them and they can see that you're investing in them, having a career coach telling them what their potential is, they value you more because they can see the real value that you're adding to them in their personal career and not just the corporate objective.
Wow.
It's complementary to the overall strategy of the company anyway, to have the best people and for the people to develop themselves, so you're not constantly having to pour into their training, but they're actively going out there and looking for training. And I would say to my clients, put this on your CV and on your recommendation as extra stuff that you've done that shows the proactiveness and the continuous learning and personal and professional development that you're undertaking.
Wow. Now, so how often will you say an individual, everyone will have to see a career coach or contact a career coach? Because in a year, how many times would you say somebody else there's a need for you to do that? How many times would you recommend?
Career coaching is ongoing. I think it's useful when there's something happening, when you're either going for promotion or something's happened. Usually that's when a lot of people will come to a career coach typically. But it's good to be in the know, attend all of these career conferences or workshops, learn something new, what's going on in other industries, and keep them just like you would a doctor or just a health checkup, to just have a review of where you are in your career, if you're meeting your goals. And sometimes I work with people on a retainer basis, so we're looking at your career plan for the long term. We don't necessarily have contact every day, but if you needed to, if you had a pitch that you wanted to see, or you needed to be able to sell yourself or to boost your professional image, then we'll have a session about it. But it's always good to have these bite-sized chunks that you're working. So as often as possible, just like you would have a doctor or a therapist, as often as possible to get a career.
Wow, listeners, it's Starr Radio UK. We have HRH Linda Pallien with us. We're having a look at career coaching as a profession and its usefulness and how it can impact your life. And I'm actually enjoying it. But I'll go back to her before we run up the program. Now, what else do you want to tell our listeners about career coaching, please?
I think career coaching can sound scary to a lot of people, especially when you're starting out or you're unemployed and you don't even have money to begin with. But there is a lot of resources available. So for instance, I offer a free complimentary. I look through your CV. I tell you some of the areas that you can improve. That already puts you above X amount of people that are applying for the jobs, because maybe I would have spotted a spelling mistake for you, or maybe I would say, can you improve your personal profile or structure your CV in this way so it makes sense. So do reach out to people, to career coaches, especially my cheerleader.com. There's lots of resources on there that would really help you to get at least your CV, your LinkedIn, your cover letter, your online presence to a great standard, even if you're not looking to change careers. But it's just keeping in the know of what's going on in your industry and other industries and how that impacts your industry and your business sector too.
Wow.
It's not just for people in employment, by the way, career coaching. You run a business, it's super important, and actually you need that accountability more, because you're your own boss and you can't have an objective view of what's going on in your business and how to run your personnel. So that's really important, and that's where we come in.
Okay, Linda, so I'll be on my way to Cyprus pretty soon. I know you want me to be there, and I'm going to be there.
For the career retreat, that's going to be amazing for the next time. Awesome. And the next, imagine being coached with a high-level network, 10 people, different industries, but you're all high and top performers in your industry on a private yacht, and being able to have breakthrough sessions which you can then go and negotiate for a pay increase in your job, because you've done this coaching or you have these contacts and you can bring it back to your company. I think that's priceless.
Wow. Now a final question there. Should career coaches be all rounders? I mean, knowing everything or knowing every subject? Are they like that? Are you like that? Let me put it that way.
Do I know everything? Oh yes. No, I don't. I wouldn't trust anybody that told you they knew everything. What I specialize in is asking killer questions, is having those breakthrough questions that will take you to the next level, and being able to pinpoint where your weaknesses are and how to sell yourself and your skills effectively.
Okay.
But that's the bit that excites me, because when you're going for an interview, or you're writing your CV, your cover letter, or you're writing your About Me page, or your business proposal to a company, that is you selling yourself. And sometimes you can have all of these qualifications and you don't even know how to do it to make it sound fantastic. And then I rephrase it, people are like, wow, are you talking about me? That is gold. I love that. So I don't necessarily, and no career coach will know everything in your industry. But you have the specific technical skills, and I have the employability skills and the commercial skills and the people skills, and combine with that, it's just guaranteed success.
Wow, guaranteed success, and that is what every one of us aim to achieve or aim to get there. But if you want to do that, there is only one way to do so. How do listeners contact you? Once again, my HRH.
Okay, so you can find me at mycheerleader.com. You can send me a direct message via the Facebook page, which is at mycheerleader, MyCheerLinda, my chair Linda, and you can contact me on Instagram or add me on LinkedIn as well. Send me a direct message on LinkedIn, and I'm more than happy to provide you with any resources, any advice that you might need to take you to the next level of career success.
Okay. Linda, let me say thank you very much. Before we go, what else do you want to tell us?
Career coaching is for you. You should at least inquire. And when you do, I promise you, no one's ever done career coaching and regretted it. It can only take you further. And it's your responsibility to go further and achieve more, earn more, have the credibility and the recognition that you deserve. Because this is for hard workers, and we know that you're a hard worker. So let's get you that recognition that you deserve.
Thank you very much, my HRH. And you have a lovely day. Yes, so that has been HRH Linda Pallien this afternoon, bringing you Career 101. And today we looked at career coaching as a profession. Maybe you want to do that. Why not? That's a good. I mean, looking at where introduction of AI and all stuff that seems to be going on, and people don't know whether they're going to be losing their jobs and all those bits. Career coaching is one, because you need to be there to literally hold the hand of the person to get them into that place, get themselves prepared, and be able to, because AI can tell you lots of things, but they can't tell you how to present yourself when you go to sit down. Your demeanor and everything, that cannot tell you, can they? Well, maybe they can, but at the moment, it's one of the areas where you can still continue to apply or to search, and that will help you a great deal. So on that note, let me say thank you very much for tuning in once again to enjoy the program. It's been a pleasure coming your way. I'll be back tomorrow, God willing, with the morning show once again. But until then, I did announce a couple of weeks ago, back or a month ago, we're going to be introducing a new program, Health with Patricia, which will be coming your way pretty soon during the course of the month. Once all the flyers and everything is ready and the promos are ready, we'll be bringing that your way. And I think it will be coming your way every Tuesday at 12 o'clock. What about that? Ladies and gentlemen, this has been your one and only Archie saying, have a top of the day. But until I come your way tomorrow, we take this commercial break, and once it ends, you don't hear from me, then let me put it this way, I'm out like that. See you all. Somebody say alligator later.
Running a business or managing your personal finances? Let GIL Accountancy Services take the stress away. As trusted chartered accountants and business advisors, we help you stay compliant, save tax, and grow with confidence. Whether you're self-employed, a landlord, run a limited company, or a charity, our tailored solutions are built for you. Claim your free initial consultation today. Call 07961 248 834 or email dan@gillaccountants.com. GIL Accountancy Services, your partners in success.
The best radio show. Thanks for listening. We hope you enjoyed the show.